Welcome, children. This is Deepa Fadke. We are going to begin learning the poem from Standard 8 English 1.3 The Pilgrim. Let's begin learning with the words and their meanings first. Chasm, ravine, a very deep, steep gap in the earth's surface. Eventide, evening, fair haired, young and inexperienced. Lone, single, soul, lonely. Pilgrim, a person who travels, especially to foreign lands or to a place of great personal importance. Pitfall, trap, span the tide, go across the tide. Twilight, the period between the sunset and dark. Ye, it's an archaic word which is to be used in the olden days, and it means you. We are going to learn this poem. You might have seen the bridge that is shown on the screen, children. So, the poem The Pilgrim is an inspiring and heart touching poem with a very strong message. We know it very well that only the man, human being, has been gifted with intelligence. So, man is very, very well known for his intellectuals. So, even if we have this quality gifted by God, along with that, we also have compassion, love, care, and the same care has been shown through his selfless act by a pilgrim, an old man who is highly unselfish. Even after he crosses a deep chasm, he thinks about all those young generation, young people, or a youth who's going to come along the same path. So, thinking about them, even if he knows that he himself will never ever have a chance to cross that bridge, still he builds it. He builds it thinking about the next generation. So, it's a selfless act which teaches us to be the same. Let's read the poem first. A pilgrim going a lone highway came at evening, cold and grey, to a chasm, deep and vast and wide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. The chasm held no fear for him, but he paused when he reached the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. The poem The Pilgrim describes an old pilgrim as he journeys along a lonely highway. He fearlessly manages to cross a deep ravine late in the evening. But once on the other side of the chasm, he stops his journey midway and takes the effort to build a bridge across it. Old man, said a fellow pilgrim near, why waste your time in building here? Your journey ends with the close of the day. You never again will pass this way. You have crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build ye here at eventide? When a fellow pilgrim watches this, he asks the old man the reason as to why he is wasting time building the bridge when he has already crossed it. The pilgrim raised his old grey head. My friend, in the path I have come, he said, there followeth after me today a fair haired youth, who must pass this way, the chasm which held no fears for me. To the fair haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. My friend, I am building this bridge for him. Anonymous. So, the name of the poet is not mentioned here. The old wise man explains that though he has crossed the chasm, he is concerned about the young, inexperienced traveler who might pass this chasm after him. And the old man also adds that he is building this bridge for that person, for that youth, so that the young man might avoid the trouble of crossing the chasm after sunset. So, see, children, if you see the whole poem, entirely it is metaphorical. What do you mean by metaphorical? Children, we have learnt figures of speech, simile. Whenever there is direct comparison between two things, two persons, it becomes simile. Here the whole poem is metaphor. Metaphor is indirect comparison. The whole life is compared to the journey of this old man, and the chasm symbolizes the challenges one has to face in life. The twilight represents the fact that challenges might become greater adversities at times. The old pilgrim represents selflessness of human beings who think not only about themselves but are deeply concerned about the welfare of others. Whereas the fellow pilgrim who asked him why he was building that bridge, this fellow pilgrim is a symbol of selfish people who are only concerned about themselves and who feel it is a waste of time, energy, effort to think about the welfare of others. The young, inexperienced traveler who is to follow is a symbolic of all those inexperienced young people who lack the awareness that comes with only experience. Thus, this poem sends out a powerful message of inculcating the ideals of philanthropy and kindness to oneself. One has to be kind towards others. This is the powerful message that is given through this poem, The Pilgrim. After learning the poem, let's learn the figure of speech. A pilgrim going alone highway. Imagery. The poet uses descriptive imagery to make the poem appealing for the reader. When it becomes imagery, children? Imagery is a figure of speech when different kinds of images are created in the mind of a reader. So after the reader reads the poem, reads this line, it creates images. The next figure of speech is repetition. Here if you see the line, actually it is an alphabet A, but now you have to look at it as an article, as a word. So the word a, that is A, is repeated for poetic effect. Whenever the same word is repeated, it creates poetic effect and it becomes repetition. Number 2, came at evening, cold and grey. Here the figure of speech is alliteration because the sound of the letter C is repeated for poetic effect. Now if you see this line, children, came at evening, cold and grey. In the first word came, and then again in the fourth word cold, letter C is getting repeated and for the poetic effect, so it's an alliteration. Now again one more figure of speech is suitable, that is imagery, because the poet uses descriptive imagery to create favorable effect on the mind of a reader. Third one, to a chasm deep and vast and wide. Again, there are images that are created. Imagery, the poet uses descriptive imagery to make the poem appealing for the reader. Also, the figure of speech tautology is suiting to the given line, because what do you mean by tautology? Tautology is a figure of speech where the words having the same meaning gets repeated. Here in this line, the meaning of chasm and meaning of deep is same. So both the words are synonyms. That's what it becomes tautology. The words chasm and deep, vast and wide means the same.